You're listening to The Morning After Show with Krystal and Janella.
You suck as a co-host.
You know what? You shut your whorish mouth.
Good morning, everyone. It is 7 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. What time is it over there? 10 o'clock?
10, yep.
So what have you done this week?
Really not very much. So, really nothing going on. It rained here the whole weekend, so just pretty much stayed home and watched movies and slept.
Okay, seriously, we need to get you a new hobby or something like that, because your life is so boring.
I don't have a car. I'm not going out in the rain.
You what?
I don't have a car. I'm not going out in the rain. I want to stay home, and I work. Don't forget, I work 50-something hours a week. So.
Oh, blah, blah. I have a job where...
Oh,
Oh, you just love rubbing that into my face.
Well, you're the one acting like I'm a loser because I work all week and enjoy staying home and doing it sometimes to doing nothing.
Yeah,
so,
but you need
what
to do more than that.
You have an interesting life. Where'd you go this week?
My life sucks balls.
Well, you have a life, right? I don't have one. So what'd you do this week?
Well, I donated to a girl so she can to help her win a scholarship, and I actually did it for you too. So booyah, bitch.
Oh yeah. What is it about then? What kind of scholarship? Like, is this going to be a porn star?
Like,
you don't even know what you donated to. Like, you
talked a lot. All I heard was like college.
You have no clue what. Just college. So Krystal, are you saying all I have to say is go onto one of those websites? What's that website where people donate to people? Whatever the hell it's called.
I know what it is. It's GoFundMe.com. I had my own thing up there.
I thought it was HelpMe.com, but for GoFundMe.com. And all I have to say is my name is Janella. I live in the poor part of New Jersey, and I would really like to. I am going to be 27 years old, and I haven't graduated college or high school or middle school, and I would really like you to fund me. So please go fund me.
No, asshole. She was
And then people like Krystal are going to be like, oh my God, that poor 27-year-old girl hasn't even graduated middle school. Like, I need to help her, and then the money's just going to start rolling in.
Someone should. If she's 27 years old, yeah, lend the bitch a hand.
I mean, it might work even better if I'm like, and I have 6 kids, and I just really need the help, and I need somebody to come. I need a maid to come clean my house with all my kids. Well, it's really a tiny little Section 8 apartment. Please help me.
Why?
Go fund me.
Why are you such a dick? That's what I want to know. I want to know why.
Yeah, I love that you didn't know nothing about this girl. You're just like, oh, she wants to go to college. What's her name?
Babe, what was her name? God damn it. You win this one, Janella. You win this one. Anyway, my point is that, well, now I don't even freaking remember what my freaking point was. Thank you so much.
Just give your money out to people, to whoever.
No, okay, she was a first generation.
Oh, really? Wouldn't that be the taxpayers donating to her?
I asked, well, do you take EBT? And she looked at me like I sprouted a second head. She's like, what's EBT? I'm like, oh, you're cute. So real
taxpayers, thank you for donating for a girl, we don't know her name, and that she wants to go to college. So thank you so much for that. It's in Krystal's name, not mine.
No, I remember I said I donated for you, too.
Do not put me in on this. You should have literally put love always the taxpayers.
No, that's just retarded.
That's funny.
I bought 2 things, and she earns points for everything that you buy. She makes if she wins all these points, then she will be picked. There's only like 5 of these scholarships given out. Yeah. I wrote her a check.
Why do you have a GoFundMe?
It was when I needed my teeth.
Your drug habit? Oh.
Yeah, right. Like people, hey, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that's all you need to say. Like,
my dealer doesn't take EBT, and I was wondering if you guys would like to go fund me and my crap.
You know what?
habit.
If they were honest, I'm telling you right now, there's so many, like, I work in Jersey City, and where I work by, it's a decent area, but not really, it's not a decent area, but you go to one part, and it's, like, nicer, then you walk a few blocks away, and it's, like, shit. So I walk by a few blocks away, I'm going to, let's say, McDonald's or something over there, and there's always the same homeless people over there, and they're all together, they hit you up, and they're obviously not like people, I mean, at least if they had said, look, I need to buy some crack, but It's like, come on, you're standing outside McDonald's, do you want some food? No, of course not.
Dude, honesty always pays off.
I smoked a lot of pot as a teenager, so you
forgot your journey with pot. The pot.
Yes.
The pot fucked up your life.
And it really did. I remember people saying you're going to be drooling from the mouth, and you won't be able to remember anything.
Only because you have the munchies.
Well, no. No, they were trying to say the people against it. Like, when I got caught smoking in school with a friend, we had to go and watch the video and shit, and and they're like, the guidance counselor is like, you're losing all of your brain cells, and you're gonna be really
egg on the eggplant. This is your brain on drugs.
Well, they didn't actually do that.
That commercial only just made me hungry. It didn't make me want to not do drugs. It just made me really hungry, and I'm like, no, wait a minute.
They did show us the video.
I'm like, I like my eggs scrambled. I don't like them over easy. Can we scramble those up? That's all I got from that commercial.
Yeah, they didn't show us that, but then when I got caught smoking cigarettes, they showed us the video of the woman with, and I was smoking at the time. I wasn't smoking that moment, but because I just kind of felt like a pothead all the time, they showed us that video, and I started cracking up laughing. Where the guy's like,
when you watched it?
No, I don't remember. I don't think it was, but everything was
just in a nutshell.
But the guy, and then after watching that, like my friends and I, when we were high, they would say, "Do the guy, do the smoker guy," and I would do like the whole voice. So, oh my god, it's so fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
It's so messed up.
To any of our,
God knows where he is now.
To any of our, he's probably a listener. He's probably actually a huge fan. Speaking of fans, I wanted to mention to you that I got a message on Blog Talk Radio on the KJAM one. I got a message from some guy who does his own shows, and he was like, "Oh, I love you girls. I listen to the show. Do you listen to my shows?" And I had not yet.
Awkward.
So right, I don't know who this person is, but he has his own shows, and he wanted us to like call in one time. But I just wanted to let you know that we have a huge fan in him. Apparently, I don't know. He didn't say that. I'm kind of adding my own words in there. Probably.
Well, we should do a guest spot.
That means that we have 2. Count them. 1, 2. Huge fan.
Oh, big spender.
Right. By the way, Ryan Ferguson, he favorited 2 of my tweets, which was awesome. So it like unlocked.
Yesterday?
No, this was earlier. I remember I was like awesome level.
Oh, are you talking about like 2 weeks ago?
Yes. Remember I told you I was awesome level unlocked 100.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. Well, he favorited that tweet too. So then I'm like, ooh, awesome level 200 unlocked. Now I need a retweet from you. And then I put P.S. Did I mention from 2001 to 2003, my last name was Ferguson, thinking that would give him the incentive. I have not heard back from him. I'm stuck on level 2 right now, so...
You thought that would work? How many Fergusons there are? You thought he'd be like, oh my god, maybe we're related.
That's common ground, bitch. That's common ground. I'm like, look, I used to be a Ferguson, motherfucker. But it wasn't enough. He didn't retweet me, apparently, so I'm stuck at
Krystal had previously been married for, like 2 years.
Which is more than every Kim Kardashian marriage combined.
Hey, don't mess with Kim.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Kim, yay.
Oh, really? Kanye, I wasn't messing with... You know what's so funny? They did that Vogue cover, and I saw the picture, and North looks like she's highly irritated, and...
She's cute, but let me say she looks exactly like Kanye, which usually girls turn out to look like their mom. Not all the time, but usually they look just like their moms. Boys tend to look like their dad.
Kim, when Kim was a baby, she looks like that a little bit, too. But she's a mix.
Yeah, what do you like in their baby book? And I've never seen a picture of her when she was a baby.
Oh, my God. Look at some of the tabloids. They compare them. That's what they do. That's part of the thing. Anyway, so I'm looking at Kim, and Kim looks irritated in the spread where Nori's laying on Kanye's chest, and I'm like, God, look at Kim, babe. Doesn't she look really irritated?
I actually know why. If you ever go ahead, and I'll tell you what. She actually did an interview. I know why you're saying that, but go ahead. But
no, my husband goes, well, of course she's irritated, babe. She's married to Kanye. You know when they're having sex, he's like,
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Is that the picture where the baby's naked? They're on the couch?
Yes.
Okay, the reason why was because she did an interview at one of the late night shows, and she said in that picture that the baby had pissed on him. And so he's like, she just peed on me, do something. She said I'm sure really she called over to the nanny and said, take care of this. But one of the nannies, but she says she went to go change her and then bring her back, or clean him up. She cleaned him up. I was like, well, she's pretty used to cleaning him up, so.
Right. What's wrong with Kanye's arms and legs? Are they broken? He can't take care of his own kid? Pissed?
Are you kidding me? He doesn't take care. I mean, she doesn't take care of that kid. I mean, they have at least one nanny which I'm sure there's more, but they call her a baby nurse.
But that's not even fair. We can't say that. We don't know what goes on behind those doors. You're assuming that. That's not
No, I'm not assuming. I've seen the nanny with the baby with her. She's carrying the baby, and Kim's just walking with them.
Right.
So, no, I've seen it many times.
That doesn't mean it's please.
Come on. You think she takes care of her kids very often? Come on.
That's just not a fair statement. This Kim Kardashian we're talking about, that bitch works her ass off. All right, so guess what time it is?
What's the weather like out there? It's hot, damn hot, real hot.
You're listening to the Morning After Show with your weather report, 8 minutes to 3.
Hi friends, I'm super excited decided that Krystal and Janella were smart enough to finally realize that I'm the best thing that ever happened to our morning show, and to know how badly they need Misty Breeze to carry it on. With that being said, here's your weather. Well, it's finally springtime yet again, and boy is it a beauty. We have enjoyed plenty and all kinds of fun weather across the country, but unfortunately, that majestic weather is about to change this coming week. On Tuesday, we are expecting a very cold avalanche in Rhode Island, with wind gusts up to 1,000 miles per hour. So make sure to be careful on those slippery roads. Luckily, on Wednesday, many places are looking at nice weather and good scenery. But on Thursday, it's bad. Real bad. This has been your girl, Misty Breeze, saying good night and good luck.
What the fuck?
It's time for celebrity news.
Oh my God! I love that.
Good shit. Good shit.
My ass, I backed up, tripped over my cat. Wow. Oh wow, that just happened.
Oh yeah, I used to love it. Do you see? You used to watch PRL, or are you too old for that?
Fuck your face.
But I used to come home from school, watch it every day at 3 p.m. And I remember when that video came out. It got pretty good on the one of the top 10 countdown. They changed it to Back That Thing up on TV.
Yeah, that's when like Lil Wayne was knee high to a well, he's still knee high to a grasshopper because he's just a short guy. But were you aware of the fact that this is also Misty Breeze's show and she basically keeps us afloat?
You know, I don't even have much to say about that. I think we should just move on.
Like, she's ridiculous, right?
I mean, she's a skank.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Hashtag skank. Speaking of Skankbot, Lindsay Lohan came out with her hit list of all the people, of all the
this is about 2 weeks ago, but we didn't have a show then, so okay,
right,
we'll pretend it's new.
But still, it's the first I had heard about it, and it basically is a list of all the D's she has put in her V, and it's a pretty,
it's a substantial list, yeah, it's 36, I think, but that's just the ones that she wrote down. I love that it says the list says 1 through 12, 1 through 12, 1 through 12.
But she can't
and yeah, there's some good ones.
12, right.
Oh, I mean, I'm not shocked by many because she was out with many of them, but, you know, of course they like to say, oh, we just went out, but obviously that's not the truth.
On that list are the likes of Brandon Davis, Ryan Philippe, we have Heath Ledger.
That I had no clue.
Heath Ledger's on that list. Stavros Niarchos, which is Paris. I'm guessing Paris Hilton's list is very similar. But Heath Ledger was shocking to me, for sure. Colin Farrell was on that list.
The only one that's denying it publicly and that she's a liar is James Franco. And when I heard his name, I said, okay, totally see that. And they were kind of hanging out or whatever, but he came out and said she's lying. He said, I had the chance many times, but back when we were friends, he was so I love James Franco. He's so funny. And he's like, trust me, I had the chance so many times to hit that, but he didn't say hit that, but he had so many chances.
That bitch was throwing V at me left and right.
Throwing herself at him pretty much. But he said this was one of the many times that he felt it would be taking advantage of her when she was in a vulnerable state.
What a great guy.
Yeah, what would you, I mean, are you being sarcastic? Or
no, I think that's a really great guy. JR actually did that to me because I had to get shit-faced before I let him have sex with me. And JR actually turned me down, and I was so embarrassed and mad at him for it. But he actually did it.
No, I mean, she may not be. She hasn't commented on what...
Maybe this isn't just the people she's had sex with, but the people that she's hooked up with. But moving on, you have some Bieber news, don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, his name is included. And it was more of a question where I thought, you know, a little beautiful Selena Gomez. I'm just curious why you think maybe, for some reason, she just keeps going back to Justin Bieber, and I just don't know why.
Apparently he's hung.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Like a field mouse, but that's not the point. I just wanted to say that he was hung like a field mouse. Selena is making some changes in her life. She has ditched Taylor Swift and replaced her with Kendall Jenner. That's a sex tape that I actually would want. And I think that her, Kendall, and Justin Bieber, at Justin Bieber's urging, have become all this little threesome group. Taylor Swift was not down with giving up for the threesome.
Let me just say about Taylor Swift, I thought this was funny because Taylor Swift was telling friends, supposedly, it was on TMZ, telling friends she's still over this back and forth with them. And I thought, are you kidding me, Taylor Swift? I mean, you should be talking.
At least Selena Gomez is sticking with the same D. At least she's not.
I know, and she's so over.
D.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is so over, you know, this back and forth. She's like, are you kidding me? Why? Because she didn't write a song about it? Like, what
Taylor
the hell?
Swift, I am over you being a virgin. Fuck already and get over it. Your music will become so much better.
All right, and I have one about Zac Efron. Well, he got his ass beat in downtown LA. I've never been, but they're saying it's a bad part. Well, I mean, maybe there's many bad parts, but he said he was there the best part. He said he was there in the middle of the night for sushi, to pick up sushi, but his friends think he has fallen off the wagon.
Sushi is the code word for meth. No. Sushi.
How great is that? Like, he's in the middle of the night going for sushi. Like, and then, of course, you just happen to see all these bad people that you're outside with. Like, I mean, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just getting some sushi out of it, He's got some good sushi.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and say it. He was in the ghetto, okay? I'm going to tell you why right now he got his ass beat. Because he phoned Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj opened her mouth and told everybody that he was the best lover that she had ever had. No black guy. For all the men that have parked in Nicki's Minaj, they're not going to let everybody else in the world think that queer from High School Musical, Zac Efron of all people, is better in bed.
Excuse me, it's Efron, not Efron.
Who the fuck cares? He got his ass beat either fucking way. I thought having sex with Nicki Minaj meant you had a ghetto pass. I was wrong.
And when you told me this earlier, I didn't know she had said that. She was quoted as saying that. But I said, who the hell would have sex with Nicki Minaj? And you said, well, she's got a vagina, so pretty much anybody who,
That's real shit right there. Why do you think I get laid? Only because I have a vagina. Yahoo Answers. This is a new bit. We're going to read some Yahoo Answers and questions for you guys. Number 1, this question is, I was thinking how crazy it is that a person walked on the moon and Mars and thought, why not the sun too? I know it's hot, but if you go in the winter when the sun is like 30 degrees, I bet they could do it. The best answer to this question is, well, if they did do it, it should be at night. And the asker actually was kind enough to reply back saying, good idea, I didn't think of that. People are so stupid. Why did they never think of that? Wow. So, Janelle, do you think humans will ever be able to walk on the sun?
No, I do not think so.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I think you would melt.
We'll have to see. I don't know. We've made a lot of
it just burns looking at the sun.
Only if you're a vampire.
Well, that's questionable.
Okay, this one is my all-time favorite. The second question is, please help me. I need to know the name of a very popular techno song I always hear on the radio and in clubs. It goes like this. It starts out slow and then gets faster. I'm so sorry if this is a bad example, but I'm sure if you think really popular techno songs, you'll be able to help me with the name. Thanks. Yes, it was actually written out. Dun, 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 like he wrote out the entire freaking all of that. And
so basically a techno song.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer, someone says, some babies are dropped on their head. You were clearly thrown at a wall.
Oh my God.
Now, the third question is, this is from a 16-year-old girl. I had sex yesterday with my boyfriend unprotected. He pulled out, but I was on top, and it got on his stomach, and I either sat on it when he pulled me off, I didn't know it was there, or my legs smeared it when I climbed off. Then after that, he wiped a bit off a bit, and I did give him head for a couple seconds, but right after, he put it back in, and we had sex again. But he didn't come. Now, let me tell you this right now. The cum is written out in asterisks, because she doesn't want to say the word cum.
So she's whispering it?
Basically, yeah, she's censoring it. And she goes, I'm worried there's a possibility I might be pregnant. I know there might have been on his penis still, and then not all of the could have come out, and then could have pushed it out, or just the alone could work. And don't tell me can't get you pregnant, because I know people that it did get them pregnant, and I've been doing research on this all night. I'm just really worried. I'm 16. Update, it was a week or so after my period. So this
Let me just say she's currently on Team on the show. So go ahead, continue.
That totally gives it away. No. So this person writes, if you gave him head after he came, after he and he wiped it off a bit before putting it back in, but did not second time, you should be in the clear as far as vaginal conception goes. Unfortunately, though, is quite potent, and you did put it in your mouth, which means we for sure know you got in your mouth. And it is a given that you would have swallowed some of those little swimmers, so it should go without saying that you need to make an appointment to have your stomach pumped and teeth cleaned ASAP. I mean, how much would it suck if you dodged vaginal conception, but some of the got into your uterus via your stomach, and you were impregnated orally?
Oh man, I mean, this is good stuff. It's really, really funny. It's just crazy that people are, who knows how many are actually being serious. But out of all those many,
really walk on the sun. Are there people that stupid?
Funny is, even if most of them are not real, there's a good amount that are.
So that's what's scary.
Yeah,
I read through these questions regularly because I do answer them a lot, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't reproduce.
The teenage girl you were talking about, that was 100% legit. Like that was so real.
I know, and all of the other people who answered were really fucking rude.
Well, nobody takes that shit serious anymore. Yahoo Answers.
I get all of my parenting advice.
I'm very sorry.
I've asked, my baby is turning blue, and I don't know why. Why? Can someone please tell me why my baby's blue? And then they tell me what to do, and then I do it.
And he's cold. He's blue.
Right. And he has something in his mouth, but I can't find it anymore.
He's
Can you tell me
cold.
what's wrong? And they're like, some of them are really rude. Call 911, you stupid bitch. And I'm like, okay. And other people are like, call a funeral service. And I mean, We're going to have to wrap it up here, so we're going to say goodbye to everybody, and we will see you next week. Make sure you tune in. Thank you for listening.
Get ready for that 80s song, everyone. Here we go, in the 90s show.
Janella,
What?
your face.
It's just another